He hits the stage twice this weekend, one of the handful of performers with that luxury. Matt Hoyle, originally from New Zealand, but joins me on the phone from his home in Vancouver.
I'm just sitting out the front steps of my house because the cell reception is so bad inside.
Well, I appreciate that, but you got that Kiwi accent.
Yes, I do.
When did you make your trip to Canada?
Came to Canada just over 3 years ago now, I guess.
And why?
Opportunity, man. I mean, New Zealand is, it's always going to be my home, and it's a wonderful country, but it is in the middle of nowhere in terms of the world, and so getting, exposure, getting opportunities to play different music markets, be able to, hop over to the US, hop over to Toronto, there's just so many more options being out here.
Well, you're definitely with different opportunities to play different types of music. You're coming to town. You're playing Rockin River Music Fest. You got two spots at showcasing your sounds.
Yep. So yeah, the first one is I think I'm the first musical act of the festival.
Yeah, 5:15 on Thursday. That's pretty sweet.
And then second one is in the VIP lounge, I think, if I remember correctly. Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to get up there. And
how did that come about anyways? How did you find your way into the Rockin River Music Fest lineup?
Just my manager Gary got me booked for it.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I'm just the schmuck that turns up and makes the music. He makes it all happen.
Well, for the listener, I mean, describe your sound, Matt, and your influences for us.
I mean, I've started calling myself soul blues, I guess, because it's, I've taken my influences, like, I'm a huge fan of B.B. King and kind of more Chicago blues stuff, Muddy Waters.
Right.
And, like, in terms of Delta blues, Sun House is a big influence on me. So, like, I've got that older kind of traditional influence, but it's all mishmashed together with my own experiences in my own music. So it's kind of... I don't know, I've been compared to Gary Clark Jr. a little bit.
That's not a bad thing.
Which is, I mean, it's a great thing. I absolutely love Gary. But kind of a different twist again, I'm trying to do my own thing, I suppose.
What was it about living in Detroit that influenced you so much?
Well, I was a young kid. My dad's an automotive engineer, and he actually went out to work for GM.
Okay.
So the whole family came along, and it was a great time. Actually, 2 years growing up, and I guess subconsciously somehow the music kind of made it in. My dad was going out and seeing all these great bands, and he's been just such a huge supporter of my music right from day one. Always kind of introducing me to new music and making sure that I hear things that that he thinks I would like, and I guess that kind of started back then.
No kidding. Well, what about like when you're out on the road though? Like that's got to be tough. Like, are you bringing guys with you to play with, or are you going solo, or what's the deal when someone's going to see you on the road?
That's a good one. Yeah, often I'm playing solo shows. A lot of the time around kind of lower mainland. I do the whole one-man band thing. I'm drumming with my feet and giving as much energy as I can. Actually, at Rockin River, I'm going to be bringing drums and bass, so the old power trio. I mean, yeah, it's always awesome to play with the band. I've got my backing band, the High Commission, here in Vancouver.
The High Commission.
Yep.
That's a sweet name.
Yeah, let's just say the drummer's called the High Commissioner for a reason.
Well, I won't ask you to delve into that one. You just have to come up and see the show in person.
Exactly.
So okay, well, before I let you go, Matt, like when one of our listeners is showing up either Thursday night at 5:15 or Friday night in the Recharge Lounge at midnight, what are you going to put on? What can we expect to see?
It's going to be a wailing, foot stomping good time. and it's going to get you going, get you dancing, and stomping your feet along.
It's soul blues.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, I've been joined by Matt Hoyle. Again, it's 5:15 on the B stage on Thursday night, and then Friday in the Recharge Lounge. Thanks a lot for calling, Matt. I really appreciate talking to you today.
You take